Hey guys, today I'm excited to bring you a review of this Ride1Up Portola folding e-bike. Now, I'll get to the setup and my thoughts on the bike in a moment, but first I want to talk about its main features and specifications. The Portola is a Class 3 folding e-bike with a top speed of about 28 miles an hour using pedal assist and 20 miles an hour using throttle only, and it has a 750 watt motor with 65 newton meters of torque, and it's UL 2849 and 2271 certified, which is really great to see for safety. Range with the smaller battery option is about 20 to 40 miles and 30 to 50 miles for the bigger battery, but it's highly dependent on factors like weight, terrain, incline, and the level of assist that you're using. And it does have a lightweight foldable alloy frame with integrated electrical components. Checking out its dimensions and sizing, feel free to pause the video here, but I'll highlight a few things. It's about 59 pounds, which is on the lighter side for e-bikes, so that's good. And it has a wide range for rider height at between 4 foot 10 inches and 6 foot 4 inches, which is good to see, especially since I'm 6 foot 2. And there is a 342 pound weight capacity. As for its detailed specifications, I'll pop these up here for you guys, and again, feel free to pause the video. Now, setting up the bike is very easy. It comes 95% assembled, and they include instructions with it, and they also have a very detailed instructions video, which definitely came in handy for me, so I'll link that in the description for you guys. But basically, you take it out of the packaging, and you carefully remove the packing material. You'll notice it comes with both wheels already installed, which is good, and the brakes and the gearing are already set up and adjusted, which is really great. You unfold the front portion, you install the handlebars, and then you adjust the seat, and you're basically good to go. I am a fan of the overall design of the e-bike. Up front here you can see the 20-inch wheels with 3-inch fat tires and a nice fitting fender. It does have dual piston disc brakes, and there is 80 millimeters of suspension travel up front. Moving to the back here, we have 8 speeds and a Shimano Atlas derailleur, which has worked great for me, no issues. We also have a rear fender and a rear rack with a 150 pound weight capacity, which is really substantial. You can see we have the adjustable seat here, which I obviously keep pretty high since I'm over 6 feet tall. The saddle is also very comfortable too, nice and wide. Back up front, we have the integrated LED headlamp with 100 lux of output. That's mounted right above the fender. We don't have any turn signals though, which I would have preferred to see. Coming back here, we have a very heavy-duty kickstand, which works quite well. And we have the motor here mounted on the rear hub. Back up front here, I'll give you a closer look at the brakes. This is a 180 millimeter rotor. And yeah, everything looks great. Now, taking a look at the handlebars, we do have very comfortable grips. They're very ergonomic and just feel really good to have your hands sit on them, so I like them a lot. We have the brake lever, and there's the thumb throttle here. Coming over to the right side, again, very comfortable, and it's easy to reach everything. We have the 8-speed Shimano Atlas trigger shifter here, which works really well. Now, taking a look at the display, this is a 2.2-inch LCD display. You can easily adjust the pedal assist from level 0 to level 5. You can see your mile per hour and power usage in watts. You can see your odometer, trip meter, time spent riding, max speed, and yes, I did hit 32 miles per hour. We have average speed, and then back to the current speed. But yeah, it's a nice, well thought out design here, and again, everything feels very high quality. Now, to use the headlight, you hold the plus button to turn it on and off. And even though it's bright outside, we can see it on the garage door here. It's not the best beam pattern or the brightest, but it does the job. It does have a brake light as well, which is very easy to see. Now, it does have a very easily removable battery that you use a key to access, so nobody can just come by and steal your battery. And it does have a port on it to charge and it can also be charged while it's in the e-bike as well. And you just charge it with a normal 120 volt outlet. I'll go ahead and show you the suspension travel here. Again, this is 80 millimeters of travel. Now let's go test out its acceleration using the throttle only. This is on a flat road. In 3, 2, 1, go. And that's pretty good. Speeds up to 15 to 16 miles an hour pretty quick. And then it slowly goes up from there to just over 19 miles per hour. As you can see, it's really dialing back the power level. But overall, that's solid. Now I'll do pedal assist 5 and we'll see how that does. I am in the highest gear. 3, 2, 1, go. There's a slight delay getting started since it does use a cadence sensor, but we're off. And it really pulls hard. Yeah, that's nice. Still pulling strong up past 20 miles an hour. 25. 26 miles per hour. Yeah, that's great.
All right, now I know you guys are basically all wanting to know how does it ride? That's the most important thing, right? Well, I can say it's very comfortable. It's very easy to ride. It's got a good, comfortable seat. It's got these good, comfortable grips here that are ergonomic and hold the palm of my hand really well, which I like. Pedaling is very easy. I just put it on pedal assist 5 and it goes even up hills, which is pretty incredible. This is a decent sized hill right now. I have it in the top gear and I'm just barely pedaling and it's taking me up here at over 15 miles an hour. And then if you get too tired, you can just use throttle here. But it's really nice. You can go all around, you can go over bumps. Turns well. It handles bumps pretty well. It doesn't have any kind of suspension on the rear. The suspension on the front soaks up bumps pretty well. If you do need suspension on the rear, I know there's different suspension seats that you can get that could mount to this seat post and work pretty well. Make sure this thing is on nice and tight. I'll go down to the bottom of this hill and I'll show you guys that it works really well. And at high speeds, stability is not the best with the big wide tires, but like right now we're going over 30 miles an hour, but it's not horrible. It's not designed for that though. Theoretical max speed is supposed to be 28, so now that we're down at the bottom of this hill, I'll go ahead and we can go back up the hill and I'll show you. All I'm doing is the motion. I'm not actually like pedaling, but because it senses the motion, it goes. And it's doing over 1100 watts of power right now, getting up this steep hill in the top gear, going about 15 miles an hour. Of course, I can pedal it and push, and we can get going even faster, because obviously this is pedal assist, and this is the top pedal assist at level 5. But this works really well. This, like I said, is a very steep grade right now that I'm going up in the top gear, and I'm not really having to put much effort in it at all. So this would be great for if you're commuting or going through any kind of area, honestly, where the speed limits aren't too high and you're gonna get run over. But it works really good. And then if you're on a flat, so I just turn onto a flat area, and again, you can just pedal as long as it senses you moving. Because of the style this is, it'll keep giving you power. I'm going 28 miles an hour right now on a flat side, and I'm not putting in any effort other than just moving the pedals. I'm not even pushing hard at all. So I like this a lot. Like I said, it rides well. The brakes work really good. Going over several bumps here in this neighborhood. How you doing? And I'm not having any issues. Now that I'm going over 20 miles an hour, it's letting me apply throttle and keep going. I'm going 25 right now, 26. That's interesting because the throttle theoretically should max out at 20, but I'm going 26, almost 27 miles an hour. Now I'm getting up to a hill, so it's going to slow down some. But yeah, this works really good. I can see myself riding for days like this. Still going over 21 miles an hour right now up this hill. Go ahead and tighten this mount here. There we go. And it's got, like I said, good power. You can go off-road a little bit here. You could honestly take this on trails and it does fine. I've been on some trails and it works really good. And I like it a lot. I'm actually coming up on a car here because this does run pretty good. People drive 15 miles an hour through a neighborhood and you're riding a bicycle at 25, basically going the speed limit. It's funny to feel that. My kids definitely think it's funny to be riding, and when I tell them that I'm gaining on people in the neighborhood, they think that's funny. Right now, just cruising. Like I said, if your legs get tired, you can just use the throttle. It's got a good battery life. And I could ride for a long time. And the seat is actually pretty comfortable. I'm pleasantly surprised. Usually seats are one of the things that I dislike the most about various bikes. But this one's pretty good. Sit down nice and comfortable. It's got a good squish. It's nice and wide. It's not like a kind that's going to hurt your butt riding it for a long time. So that was definitely a pleasant surprise.
Now for options and pricing, I'll post a link to their website, but they have 4 colors and 2 battery options. The small battery is 10.4 amp hours, and normally it's $1,095, but currently it's on sale for $995. The bigger battery is 13.4 amp hours, and it's $100 more. And honestly, that's a great deal for what you get, considering it's a very highly rated e-bike with a lot of features. Currently rated 4.8 out of 5 on their website with 325 reviews. And they also do have various accessories on their website that you can get as well, like a front rack, phone mount, that kind of thing.
So anyway, let me know what you guys think of the Ride1Up Portola e-bike. Let me know if you have any questions about it. And if you guys like this video, as always, be sure to hit that like button. It really helps me out. And don't forget to subscribe. I have a lot more e-bike reviews on the way, so stay tuned for those. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.